everybody, to the Tatesbrook edition of America and Nicholasville's favorite game show, To Tell the Truth. I'm your host, Wink Fartlighter, and I'll be hosting the show today. And boy, do we have a mediocre show today. Very lackluster. And as always, please say hello to my mama, Mama Lisa. Hi, Mama Lisa. You ready to get started? All right. Well, let's bring out our lackluster contestants today. Here they come, ladies and gentlemen. Please give a big hand.
Hey, what?
For our semi-celebrity all-stars. I have a sworn statement that I'm going to read to begin. This statement is from the real Mike Brady. Hi, I am Mike Brady. I am married to the beautiful and wonderful Lisa Brady. We have 3 very lovely girls and lots of grandkids. Growing up, I was a part-time chick magnet. I was known as Logan County Lightning because of my fast moves and my flexible hips. In my high school yearbook, I was voted most likely to not follow the directions on a colonoscopy prep model. I have had the privilege to serve as the pastor at the church at Tatesbrook for 28 years. I always knew that one day I would nearly burn down a church with my underwear. In my time at Tatesbrook, I have witnessed many things, some good and some bad, but nothing quite as ugly as my own webbed toes. I am Mike Brady. All righty then, only one of these men has been sworn to tell the truth. And so before the show, we had some questions submitted from members of our studio audience for our distinguished guests. So contestants, please have a seat and answer the questions if called upon. Here's our first question. What is your favorite snack? We'll begin with contestant number 2.
Hostess cupcakes.
Contestant number 1, same question.
Popcorn.
Contestant number 3.
Chocolate-covered frog legs.
Very good. All right, question number 2. What is your favorite sports team? We'll begin with contestant 3.
Of course. The University of Louisville.
Contestant number 1.
To tell the truth, the University of Kentucky.
Revelations. Contestant number 2.
University of Louisville.
Question number 3. Can you describe for us the process of making a butt dial? And do you possess any particular anatomical gift that makes you particularly talented at making a butt dial? We'll begin with contestant number 3.
Well, you gotta have flexible hips. And so it sort of goes like this. You get that thing out here like this, get back here, and as you flex, you hit, you flex, you hit, you flex, you hit. Before you know it, no, I didn't call you. Well, maybe I did. Hey, boy.
Contestant number 1.
Well, I just so happen to be demonstrating what happens when you have a butt dial. Oh, it's Josh Wilson for the 600th time.
Contestant number 2.
It's a talent.
All right, here's the next question. This one was handed to me right before we came on the air. So, actually, I think I recognize the handwriting on this one. What is your favorite car and why? All right, next question. Do you always carry an extra pair of underwear? And if so, why? Contestant number 1, why don't you begin?
Well, one time I was holding my grandson, and we were out in the ballpark, and I had just eaten a big old foot-long hot dog. And it was hot, He had him on my leg, I was bouncing around, and I bounced a little too hard, and it was over with.
Contestant number 3.
Well, there's something I really like to do once a year. It's become a joy to me, and that's, I love drinking that colonoscopy liquid. And so everywhere I go, especially I do that, I carry my boxer briefs with me just in case. Sometimes I drink that with my ho-hos just in case, just, I like doing it. So I like wearing these and just, I got an extra pair and, sometimes I don't make it. And I don't have toilet papers, so I grab my socks too. And you gotta get the real socks. You don't want to get the single ply socks. You want to get the double, triple ply socks because they wipe a lot better.
Contestant number 2, do you always carry extra underwear, and if so, why?
I do, as well as a pair of pants and a couple of shirts. Always be prepared.
In case you poop yourself standing on your head? That's why the shirts?
That's it.
All right, good. All right. And this is our final question. So be ready to make up your minds as to who is the real Mike Brady. During your time as pastor at Tatesbrook, have you ever destroyed anything? And if yes, what was it and how did it happen? Contestant number 1.
One time I broke a pew in half chasing after Brady Hudson.
Contestant number 3.
Well, one time I was out there frog gigging, out there on the golf course with my golf cart, and you may not know this, but I'm not known for being a safe driver. And I drove that thing right straight into a tree while I was pursuing one of them frogs. I was doing like the chivalry thing, and I didn't see the tree. I got the frog though.
All right, contestant number 2. Have you ever destroyed anything? And if so, what was it and why?
Well, we had a young man who was coming to Tatesbrook to be pastoring, and so I set up a time to meet with him, and his name is Kevin Thomas, and he was standing over here one day, and the gentleman came through the back door, and we had this stage, Billy Henderson, and he walked right down this aisle, and I met him. I said, "Hey, Billy," and he said, "Hey, Brother Mike," and he said, he had his hair sideways, about like this goofball here, and he said, "I need some money for milk for my baby," and I said, "Well, I gave you groceries last week." And so Billy said, "Well, yeah, but we need milk for our baby." So I walked back there toward him. I was getting my billfold out, and I started smelling. I said, "You've been drinking. You don't want money for milk for a baby. You go buy liquor." I said, "I'm sick and tired of this." So I grabbed him, and I ran him back, and we got going too fast, and I hit that door back there with him. Billy rolled out, broke the door. Kevin Thomas stood there with his eyes this big. I walked in. He'd been pastoring for 20 years, and he said, "Man, I've always wanted to do that." So I broke the door in the back of the church.
All right, good. Well, folks, there you have it. You've heard the answers, and it's time to vote on which contestant is the real Mike Brady. I'm going to go to Mama Lisa, though. Mama Lisa, what do you think? Who's the real Mike Brady?
I say number 1.
Number 1. All right. Mama's never wrong. All right, so here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, vote with your applause for the real Mike Brady. Is it contestant number 1? Is it contestant number 2? Is it contestant number 3? Well, it's time to find out. Will the real Mike Brady please stand up? Dum, 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 dum. Well, there you have it. That's 15 minutes of your life life you'll never get back. This is Wink Fartlighter reminding you to tune in next time when we'll hear Mama Lisa say, "He ain't no chick magnet, he's my husband." Don't forget to have your pets spayed and neutered, and they'll hate you for the rest of their furry little lives. Good night,